welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from our setting today, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Trae Young said when he was growing up, he was never a big leaper or a dunker. Truth be told, he said, I wasn't even considered a top guard in my recruiting class. But I worked relentlessly and played with a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to be considered among the great players. I wanted to belong. Kevin, he certainly belongs with the Hawks right now.
Thanks, D.A. All teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year. I
agree. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter is out there with Gallinari, and it's Collins in at the 5 spot. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Matthews, and it's Gasol right at the center, filling out the middle. And it's the Hawks to start out. Los Angeles with some changes. Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Davis. And James subbed in for Wesley Matthews. And then for Atlanta, Marks, he's checked in for DeAndre Hunter. And it's Reddish in for Kevin Herter.
It's the all-around game of LeBron James. Dominant scorer, great rebounder, incredible passer, and an intense defender when he wants to be.
Shot by Collins, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. And what was once a weakness for Collins, now a strength. His defense has taken huge strides since the start of last season.
And I think a young player like John Collins learns that blocks are not just a statistic that reveal how good you can be defensively. It's about positioning. It's about communication. And John Collins wants to be more complete on that end of the floor.
James, the pass to James. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 11.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
Here's Young. Makes it off the glass.
Trae Young not backing down from the physical defense on that play.
And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Clippers.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
So here's Gallinari after the made shot from James. Over in the corner, Reddish. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on LeBron James.
And Cam Reddish, the 10th pick back in 2019 out of Duke, had a tough transition as a rookie into the NBA. Struggled just to find his rhythm.
GA, I think there are a lot of questions because at Duke, he was surrounded by stars. R.J. Barrett, Zion Williamson, and he was sort of that third guy. He has all the physical tools, and he made some big-time strides in the latter half of last season, so he's coming.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Bell is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's Alex Caruso.
Oh man.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
If you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Lakers leading by 10. Here's James. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Atlanta. Passes it to Okongwu. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Reddish the pass to Okongwu. Here's Rondo, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Rondo playing with great energy right now, putting the defense in some very difficult spots.
The Hawks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
That's good from Rondo.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
And he can't hit the second. James outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And he makes the first. And he makes both free throws.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Reddish. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back to the action after this word. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
On the attack right from the tip. They've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. They've got Marks. Dunn is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Hunter. And it's Okongwu in at the pivot, manning the middle. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
The Hawks trail by 13. Rondo passes to Marks. Takes a three. Rondo's shot is off. So it's the Lakers now. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Pass to Hunter. He dishes it to Dunn. Kicks it to Hunter. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up. The shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
The Lakers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Marc Gasol has checked in for Bell. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Alex Caruso. John Collins, he's checked in for the Hawks. Kevin Huerter comes in for Dunn. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. You look at James, what a contribution.
And the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
Checked in for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder comes in for James. Then for the... So it's Los Angeles taking a 19-point lead into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Gallinari, what a contribution. James checked in for the Lakers. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Get out there with Davis, and it's LeBron James, and it's Matthews, and it's Gasol in at the 5. That's the Laker 5.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Young against Matthews. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You just can't get tired of watching the way Young shoots the ball. I mean, what a fantastic release.
And it's just limitless in terms of the range. That's what makes it so impressive. He's a small guy, he's quick, and he's got great handles. But he can heave that up from just about anywhere. And when he gets hot, it's something to watch.
And the second season for Trae Young, just unreal. Pulling off amazing performances at such a young age. Greg, just how good do you think he can be?
You know, Kevin, Young will be viewed as a top point guard in this league for a long time. When it's all said and done, he might be one of the best point guards in league history. Certainly is on his way to being one of the best shooters to ever play.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, I always try to have that pace. Whenever I sprint, I have an impact on the offense. I try to focus on that and keep my energy up. Guys, guards love big men who run the floor as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David, very athletic. Thanks. James against Young. Here's Herter. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Now, here's Hunter. Covered by LeBron. Pass to Marks. Trying his luck from deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Marks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. LeBron outside. The 15-footer stolen away. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Young, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on LeBron James.
Drawing a foul down low. Trae Young earning that trip to the line.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line. 79% overall.
And that one falls for Young. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. James with it, 13 points in the game. Dishes to Caldwell Pope. James looking around. Just 5 on the clock. And they pick up 2. James has got 15 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
The pass to Marks. Acton coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists tonight.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Young's running. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from James.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Back to Caldwell Pope. Kicks it out to James. And they double up James. The 3 from Davis. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Well, the shot's still a work in progress. Anthony Davis has great touch and needs to keep shooting it with confidence.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Atlanta's shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court right now for the Hawks, they've got Gallinari. Marks is out there with Okongwu. Then there's Dunn, and it's Rondo in at the point guard. Pass to James. Here's Davis. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
He tries to do a lot of work on the inside, but AD ultimately from the mid-range becoming very effective.
Okongwu kicks to Dunn. Gallinari wide open. No good on the triple. And it's Davis with the ball for the Lakers. James, that's a 2-pointer. Takes the 3. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by James. James has got 9 assists now tonight. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Rondo scanning the floor. Done outside. You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, Greg, some great names, headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
And Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view, you've gotten a front court view, you've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people, and truly they've been terrific ambassadors for our game.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Schroeder passes to James. Dishes it to Harold. Count that one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Rondo passes to Okongwu to the middle, and Gallinari throws it down.
And right now, Gallo just on fire. Love the amount of attempts he's getting.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Down low, Davis, and Davis throws it down.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Okongwu, the pass to Gallinari. He was all alone on that one. Gallinari's got 23.
And he's really mastered the catch and shoot as defenses try to close out. Hard to guard.
Schroeder outside, and another basket for the Lakers.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Marks, no good. Los Angeles is gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. And the shot goes in. Davis has got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for the kid.
Yeah, with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be missed. And they're doing a nice job on the rebounding.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here is Dunn. They need this, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Now, Chris Dunn, a part of that Zach LaVine trade a few years ago. You know, GA, what's interesting about Dunn is he actually played a lot of small forward last season.
How about that? Drafted 5th overall back in 2016 as a point guard. He's only about 6'3", but very strong and has long arms and plays with great toughness. Just another example of how small ball is affecting every front court position.
He's off on the first.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. He hits the second from the line.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can.
So it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Man.